Hello, my name is Daniel McNamara, and I will be discussing the story of how the Lego Company narrowly avoided bankruptcy in the early 2000s by taking drastic steps to redefine their entire internal supply chain management structure. In this presentation, we will first provide a brief history of the Lego Company, as well as my own personal experience with Lego. We will then discuss the situation that brought the company to the brink of bankruptcy and highlight the key problems in Lego's supply chain that needed to be addressed, as well as the changes that were made to fix these systemic issues. In closing, we will look at Lego's current supply chain, as well as how the company is doing in 2023. The Lego Company is a Danish-based toy company that was founded in the early 1930s by a master carpenter named Ole Kirk Christensen. The company stuck to creating wooden toys similar to the toy duck you see here, before fully focusing the future of the business towards the iconic plastic brick. The revolutionary aspect to Lego's plastic bricks were the interlocking design, which allowed for the bricks to stick to one another when connected, allowing for sturdier building. Over 90 years later, LEGO still continues to rank as the top toy company in the world, over competitors like Hasbro and Mattel, with hundreds of new sets being released every year. One fun fact about the LEGO company that many people may not know is that the name LEGO itself is actually an abbreviation of the two Danish words leg and godt, meaning play well. I am very passionate about Lego, and this passion started at a very young age for me, back in 1998 when I received my first Duplo Lego bricks. I remember constructing large towers and castles out of these oversized pieces before I eventually transitioned into the smaller bricks as I got older. Throughout my childhood, Lego was a creative outlet for me and a common hobby that I shared with many of my friends at school. I was fully immersed in Lego up until I started attending Penn State in the fall of 2013. With college courses and being away from home, I had very little time to build and purchase Lego sets. After graduation, I was hesitant to get back into Lego at first, but the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 gave me more free time than I ever anticipated, which facilitated me getting back into collecting Lego sets again. As 2004 came around, the Lego company was dealing with a slew of financial issues. Despite the wild success of newer Lego themes like Lego Star Wars and Bionicle, Lego was still losing money through severe deficiencies in their supply chain management system. The inventory of unique pieces had grown to an unmanageable amount to keep up with mold manufacturing. The high cost of transporting raw material and distributing finished Lego sets was eating up profit. Product lines like Galador were failing to sell off of toy shelves, and employees were continuing to be outsourced away from the corporate headquarters in Denmark, diminishing the company's unique family-like employee culture. It was commented on by some employees working for Lego at the time that many of the company's established practices and equipment were quote-unquote 10 years out of date. For a toy company as successful as the Lego company was up until this point, many changes had to be made to save the business from going bankrupt. Now that we know the dire situation that Lego was in, the question now becomes, what improvements were made? When analyzing the ways that the Lego company brought themselves back from the brink of economic collapse, it is clear to see how the changes they made in their business's supply chain management structure can be tied back to eliminating various types of process waste. The Lego company ultimately sought to become a leaner toy manufacturing company in a number of ways, starting with the amount of pieces available the Lego company reduced their inventory waste by cutting their color palette selection in half and consolidating the variety of minifigures made available in sets while also challenging set designers to work with the new restrictions. Molding operations ran longer with fewer changeovers to cut down on downtime. These changes gave LEGO a much more defined focus and control of the inventory of pieces and parts at their disposal for use in designing new LEGO sets. From a transportation waste perspective, the LEGO company was using far too many carriers than what was needed for their operations. After opening a new central warehouse in Prague, LEGO was able to trim their total amount of carriers by over 80%. This reduced the overall cost for distribution throughout the world, especially in the emerging Asian markets. Product lines such as Galador, Sports, and Studios were all one-hit wonders that did not sustain continuous profits, which led to their cancellation. Several years after the Y2K boom of the late 90s, LEGO eventually abandoned creating supplementary products such as computer games and focused strictly on building sets. Licensed product lines such as LEGO Star Wars and LEGO Harry Potter carried LEGO through this era, and more emphasis was made towards enhancing these products. LEGO was primarily focusing on the themes that were the highest selling and most popular amongst fans. From a leadership viewpoint, the LEGO company gave set designers more input when it came to what and how sets were designed for various product lines. The LEGO company hired employees who were first and foremost fans of LEGO, which allowed for fresh ideas and, in turn, more appealing sets for kids to purchase. As we mentioned earlier, many set designers felt the impact from the reduced piece selection and color palette, but were given more autonomy in exchange. Shown to the right is the LEGO company's current supply chain, starting from sourcing of raw material, ABS plastic, all the way through to distribution and the retail purchase of the sets. While the LEGO company did make some drastic changes to the supply chain in the early 2000s, the basic flow has always remained the same. The LEGO company continues to closely analyze this supply chain structure to ensure they are maximizing the value and efficiency of each step. Today, the LEGO company is experiencing unprecedented growth with a 17% revenue growth and a 5% operating profit growth in 2022. While LEGO continues to expand with their retail stores around the globe, they continue to be strategic with the development of their process infrastructure as they slowly begin to open production factories in Vietnam and the United States in 2024 and 2025 respectively. On an unrelated note, LEGO also continues to push sustainability efforts throughout every facet of their business, with pledges to reduce carbon emissions, obtaining a zero waste designation, and implementing paper bags for LEGO sets. In summary, LEGO was bold to take on the changes they did when it came to reinventing their supply chain management system. Being on the verge of bankruptcy called for desperate measures, and LEGO did not shy away from making the crucial changes they needed to when it came to their piece inventory, distribution strategy, product lines, and leadership. These changes did not come cheap and ended up costing LEGO a good amount of capital to implement. But even through it all, LEGO was still able to maintain small growth throughout this time period. Looking forward to the future of the company, LEGO will need to consistently evaluate their supply chain needs as the number and size of LEGO sets that they produce increases. Quality is at the forefront for LEGO, and they must ensure they have a supply chain that can support that company value. In closing, I will leave you all with the following questions for further discussion. Which of the improvements made to the LEGO company's supply chain management system will have the biggest impact for the company moving forward in your opinion? Please explain why. What additional supply chain problem do you see for the future of the LEGO company? Shown on this slide are the sources used in this presentation. Thank you for your time and attention to this presentation.